The kids have cut.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Oh, the lighting in here is rubbish. I wonder if no, that's not much better either. I'm just playing around with this here. What's this button do? What's that one? Take that one off. What's this one do?
Oh, hello, my little birdie. Oh.
Stream to devices in your network. Nope. Oh, heck. Gosh. What's this one do? Oh, that's telling me, did it? Who says subscribed? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's just today. What's this? If I press it. Let's just hit them all. Why not? Sort of know. Big B live streaming. Not even knowing what that noise is. If I do it this way, I wonder if I'm looking sideways to the viewer. Is there any way of finding it? Oh my god, that's annoying now. Oh, okay, I can see that there's 0. So how do I make that go back? Let's try this. Oh no, that's... There's the thing right there. Pauline. Well, hello, Pauline. Welcome. I saw your video this morning. Been catching up on everyone's videos because our timeline's a little bit out of sync. First again. That's why you're my top fan, man. You're my top fan. Always will be. Always will be. It will not be forgotten. That's so cool. Yeah. Hey, you know, if we don't like support each other or back each other up, then, you know, what's the point of being part of this community? You know, I've definitely gone in with both feet, and all I hope is, you know, all we all hope is that we're doing a good job, you know. Pauline, I really appreciate that. I really do. Absolutely. It's great for you to be on the live, man. That's awesome. I'm just testing out the live stream, because obviously YouTube won't allow us to do live streaming off our pages, because we're ineligible. We don't have the necessary numbers to be able to do that. So I've just seen that when everyone else is doing their lives, they're using a thing called, what is it called? Shucks, something labs. Streamlab. So yeah, I thought I'd just give it a go. Looks great here on my end. Oh, that's awesome, man. And yeah, and it sounds good too. Like it's clear. Send us a thumbs up. So I sort of like being like it's 9:15 in the evening here in Western Australia. I left this trial of the live this time of the night because there's around about 12-hour difference to the Americans, to America, or parts of it anyway, and I thought there's no point in me doing it at 12 o'clock at lunchtime, you know, because basically all of my subscribers come from the States and are part of that dumpster diving community. Yes, I imagine it was. Yeah, I imagine it is. It's 9:15 Saturday evening here. Yeah, 12 hours behind or thereabouts. So yeah, it made sense to catch everyone first thing in the morning before they drop their kids off or whatever, while they catch having a breakfast. Who knows? Yeah, but big shout out to you. Big shout out to you though, Pauline. I created an Australian dumpster diving page that's sort of really taken off in the last 4 weeks, and my intention is not only to highlight the Perth, specifically Perth area, but also to bring forward some of the smaller subscribed channels like ourselves, you know, and get some Aussies on board, and getting them to like our pages, our channels and stuff like that, and yeah, just sharing the love that way. Although personally, I'm not after subscribers. I'm really just trying to find my feet in front of a camera, and getting to know, you know, the layout of the land. So, you know, because I haven't quite spied out a routine as far as going from one dumpster to another, but I'm sort of like getting there. Although I've been doing it for a long time, I haven't been doing it a lot recently. Not until I've been, oh, thank you, Pauline. I'm only doing awesome because of people like yourself, and you know, and some of the other people say it's not just me. As far as what you see on the camera, that's me, you know, and I can't try to be anyone else. I'm only good at doing me, pretty much. Yeah, like you're good at doing you, and which is why I love watching your videos. Yeah, being genuine, you know, good integrity being you do what you say you're going to do and follow through with it and take action on all of the ideas that we have, whether they're harebrained or not, or staying true to that unwritten word that is the dumpster diving law, like keeping it clean or cleaner than when you saw it, and being respectful, that, that type of integrity. So it's about maintaining that as well, for sure. I guess if you're genuine in who you are as a person, and that shows through this, the people speak, I guess. The people will speak. So, Pauline, do you know, are you sub to the Penny Pinchers at all? A young couple. I forget their names, but they did a live stream earlier on today. They look pretty cool, man. Have you heard of them? Not too much. Well, go and check them out. They're a young couple. The boyfriend, or the guy partner, was introduced to it by his partner. Oh, yes, you have. Okay, no worries. Yeah, so as I was saying before, just when you show integrity, it shines through, and people will either gravitate to it or not. Snoopy! Oh, Snobby! Snoopy! Oh man, cocked it up straight away. Sorry, me old China. How are you? So glad that you can join us on the live. I've just been having a bit of a chat with Pauline. Yeah, and at the end of the day, I'm just here sort of trialing out this live stream app and just giving it a bit of a crack, and seeing what the response is, and seeing what the quality is like. It's called Streamlabs, but I don't even think you ever need to worry about that, right? Snobby, you don't have to worry about that. Are you eligible to do live streams straight from your channel? Must be, because I see you are doing multiple screens. I'm just going to have to put that up, because despite me having glasses, even though I have glasses, the small print is terrible. I've got to close one eye even. Look at that. Saturdays are real busy on YouTube. Okay, I imagine they would. Everyone's home, right? Everyone's there, and yeah, okay. Now, I love watching your shows. I'm like, for me to sort of like get a better insight of the people that I subscribe to, I pretty much have to look at the backlogs of your guys' videos to see the humble beginnings, and see how everyone's evolved to where we are right now. So I'm just sort of like catching up on everyone's videos, making a point of commenting and liking, because all of those things create an algorithm for YouTube, and it's acknowledged, so I play my part in being openly active. Hello. Okay, so you're saying hello, Jim, but I can only see Snobby and Pauline. But that's cool. I'll probably get back to it later and say, if you are messaging and there's two people here, say that I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, absolutely. So that's how I support the especially the smaller subscribe channels. I gravitate more towards them. Like, I have great admiration for the larger ones, like Steph and Steve and Curbside Junkies, and all of them, everybody. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need bifocals for sure, eh? Because yeah, distances. I'm long-sighted. Distances, heaps of clarity. Up close, where's that bag? Where's that bag? Yeah. Is networking on YouTube is very difficult and time consuming. Networking in general, snobby. It really is. You have to nurture the relationship, and as I was saying to Pauline earlier on, as I was saying to Pauline earlier on, that it's best just to try and be yourself and show some integrity, and hopefully the content will be enough to attract that or one or a small group of people that would share that, not fall for it, but know that you're believable. You have to start somewhere first. I don't expect any kind of huge hurdles to be jumped in a short amount of time. It's a long graft. It's something that I understand takes a lot of consistency. I understand that I go into it without any expectation of reward or anything in return, other than that in my own mind I can create something that's going to be like a digital diary for a few future generations in my bloodline. Always be yourself at all times. Why wouldn't you? Though, eh? Why wouldn't you be yourself at all times? Yeah, yeah. I don't. I aspire to, like how the bigger YouTubers get to. I certainly don't reenact anything with what they do. I do me because that's what I know best. I can't expect to be an Indian when I'm a Aboriginal, for example. And I appreciate that too, Snoopy, for pinning this. That's that's amazing. Thank you. Like I said, I don't do anything with any expectation, and yeah, I'm just giving this live a go, and so far so good. I'm pleased. So Snoopy, Snoopy, I've done it again. It's late at night. It's 9:15, and I've had a big day, so please forgive me, Snobby. The how do you set up that? Not that you could explain, but you set up these multi-screen things. Do they tap into your live? Do they tap into your live, or is there some sort of is it like a Zoom application? Have you heard of a Zoom where you can have multiple viewers on the same screen? On Zoom, you can have up to 30, 30 people on the same screen. Does YouTube have some sort of facility where you're able to do that, or I'm not understanding? Yeah. So thank you, Pauline. That's why you like me, because I am myself. Yes, well, I'm a Maori from New Zealand. I'm 50 years old. I'm 50 years into this, into the Maori game. And even if I tried to be something else, I'd really suck at it. I'd be like really dumb at it. And my wife will be a testimony to all of the harebrained ideas that she's seen me go through with businesses and multi-level marketing companies and well-being and and Tupperware and, you know, these ideas of grandeur and making a quick buck, you know. And my parents and grandparents told me from, you know, from a small child, a little boy, that, you know, my dad lived by this mantra: if you worked hard enough, if you work really hard, you can get anything you want, anything you want. Just got to work hard at it, that's all. And believe in that's what you want. You're 50 in 5 months. Oh, is that 50? It is 50. Really? Well, what I see on the videos, you don't even look 40, my friend. Straight up. Okay. Pauline wins. She wins. If we were calling out a bingo, it would be 5757. Oh, only you've never grown. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah. Whoever want to grow up, hey, I think we still got to keep the child inside. You know, that's what keeps us vivacious and, you know, always on the go and interested and curious, you know. Hey. Yeah, not only are you the first here, but you're the first and oldest here. Yeah. And what always happens to the middle child? Yeah, that's right. We're always the mediators, the middle child. So Snoopy, you come from a big family? What part of, like, I can sense like a Londoner sort of the accent going on there. I bet you know some, you know, you've been around the block, me old China. I bet you know some good Cockney rhyme, you know, some good Cockney there. You know, do you use meat pies and China plate? Oh, me old China, that's it. You're 10 miles from London. Yeah, so you're a northern, east ender? Are you an east ender? And if I offended you by saying that, I do apologise in advance. I'm just fishing here. 10 miles from London, right? I've got a friend, Steve-O, Southeast London. I have to say, you know, I've got a friend who's, his name's Steve. I haven't spoken to him for a couple of years. Very similar accent, very similar, and top guy, top bloke. Proud to stand up and be counted and call him my friend for sure. And talk about that, you know, that kind of bloke that has your back, you know. And he said he's going to be there. He's going to be there. And hard grafter too. He does the hard graft. He's a bricklayer. He's a brickie, and work, man, work. So admire those Southeast Londoners for sure. They're hard grafters, and you come from a real hearty background of blue collar workers, man. Yeah, beautiful people. Yeah, beautiful people. Snobby, you know, your first name does not do your forefathers any justice, I bet. Oh, and you're 1,000 miles from us, guy. I'd say you're at least 1,000, at least. Yeah, you might have to like times that by 10, I reckon. You know, Perth is recognised as the most isolated city on the planet. On one side, it's only a name. Sure. That's your handle, mate. That's your handle. I get that. But, you know, we're just talking amongst friends here. Yeah, so Perth, the most isolated city on the planet. I work in hospital for 24 years in surgery rooms. Yes, I remember you making the remark about my hairnet thing. That's what you was part of your part of your safety gear. Your PPE, your PPE. 24 years. Wow. I bet you've seen some things in your time, and like changes in how the hospital system has evolved, the equipment has advanced, and constant retraining. Well, thank you for saying I have a good mind. Well, I have 6 adult children, and if you're not sharp, and you got to be sharp. I've got a full arsenal of quick-witted comebacks, all children related, yes, and I need every single line. And I'm even proud to say that a lot of it has been handed down from my father. He had 7 children, so I'm one of 7. So and he had the mad, like, quick-witted comebacks, and just like those one-liner comebacks that leaves you like dead in your tracks. Like, there, can I have it? And then there we go, da-da-da-da-da, and you'll be like, yeah, ongoing training. Yeah, my wife works in a hospital as a PSA, which is a personal patient service assistant over here, PSA. I have 2 kids, 39, Aaron 39, Erica 33. Awesome. Yeah, a PSA, right. And she works in a hospital that's like also wickedly outdated. The equipment is old. The hospital layout is old. It was built probably 30 years ago. At the time, the town had a population of maybe 60,000 or even less. Now the hospital hasn't changed in size, and small advances in equipment, and now the population is nearly 250,000, hitting 250,000, and it's straining at the seams. It is just bulging. A 28-year-old boy and a 29-year-old girl. You work with very high technology. Well, you work in live in an environment where technology is potentially adversely abundant, but not here. So I have 6 children. My oldest is 31, a girl, Jamie. They all have Maori names, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Mariana is her name, a Maori name. I have a son that's, she's 32, a son that's just turned 30. His name is Mahaki. I've got another son, Machu. He's 29. I have a daughter, Mariah. She's 27. I have another daughter, Turiata. So a son, Waitaia, he's 26, and Turiata's my youngest, she's 21. Busy man. No, a busy wife, busy man. The only downside to having such a large family is I spent a lot of time working. So, when my kids were young, I never spent a lot of time at home. I literally worked 12 to 16-hour days, 7 days a week. Sometimes I would work 50 days in a row. And when I was younger, I trained as a chef, but after that, my brother got me a job working as a watersider on the wharf. And I spent 30 years doing that, and from entry level to heavy machine operation and right up into middle management. And then I was headhunted, come to Australia and worked on the largest oil and gas project probably about 8 years ago for 5 years with Chevron. They were pumping LPG out of the Palgos and feeding it onto Barrow Island. And it was a multi-billion-dollar project, and I was right in the thick of it. But did money was the money that good that I'd and I had to leave my miss out on watching my children grow up? No, no, and it's really difficult to try and because I was a young father, so a lot of my children's skills was based on control and domination rather than love and affection. I didn't realize till later on in life when I was more chill. Because I'd come home, I'd have a tough day, and I expected control, pretty much. But are my kids better about it? They're not. Do I really know them? Not really. But do I love them with all my heart? I give them my shirt. There's not even any doubting that. And we do have a good relationship. My wife and I, we played a good cop, bad cop sort of a scenario. She is obviously the nurturing a mother and with open arms and accepting, and I'm an open arm guy, but I was the bad cop, so I was in charge of discipline. I was the you wait till your father gets home kind of guy, and and as a 20 and 30-year-old father, I played that role to the full extent of my capabilities. Yeah, absolutely. Just, my wife played the stay home and I'll look after you. You don't have to do anything. You put something down, I'll take care of it. And I was when you're 16, you're out of here. You go out on when you're 16, you should you have a job. When you're 13, I was put to work when I was like 10 years old. 10, been working since I was 10. And hustling a lot long before that. So I guess I dragged a lot of that ideology into how I thought a family should be raised. It's definitely molded me into the person that I am now. I'm a lot more like understanding, forgiving. I've seen the results of what that kind of harshness is, what that sort of harshness was and how it affected them at that age. So I've become a more understanding parent. That's why I love being a grandparent, because I'm like, I have the patience now and the tolerance, and nothing phases me. I don't worry about the spilt milk. It's nothing. I had a job when I was 14. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the children, they don't understand it yet. They don't understand it yet. And they will never understand it until they stop pointing the finger and stop playing the blame game, because that's what always happens. You know, my 21-year-old daughter, you know, she thinks that the stuff that she's putting us through is the first time we're experiencing it. You've got 5 siblings in front of you. We've been through that, you know, been through that already. We know the tricks, you know, and you know, we've dealt with it. So, you know, move out. Get out. And then 2 weeks later, yeah, come back. Yeah, come back. I miss you. Dad, can I go in? Yes, of course you can. Yeah, I haven't changed your room. Nah, but love is love. I mean, that's it, eh? Straight up. It's definitely given me a lot of tolerance to be able to afford the kind of hobbies that I do now. You know, I've had a food business. Prior to my current job, I had my own business doing food. I would deliver New Zealand food to New Zealanders in remote areas in Western Australia. There's a huge New Zealand sharing community in Western Australia. It's massive. It's massive. Now, Western Australia is basically known for its mining. It's a mineral-rich state. There are multiple mines there. It's like the gold or the diamonds in South Africa and South America. It is like so abundant. It has its own economy basically. I've you know, in the time that I've been here, I've seen like 2 near global recessions, but not in Western Australia. Not in Western Australia. People were still earning massive monies. And people were still spending huge amount of monies in retail. Yeah, been there, done that. Exactly. Yeah. So it's been a trip, that's for sure. Do I like it there? I love it here. I've been here 12 years so far. My intention of coming here was to create a better life for myself and my family. I had an awesome job in New Zealand. This is how awesome it was. I was happy to do like double shifts for $14 an hour. And I had a really dangerous job, and $14 an hour. Do I live? Are you by the ocean? Yes, I am by the ocean. Yes, I am. Well, the Indian Ocean is literally half a kilometer from where I live, and it is like it. I was born around the Pacific Ocean all my life. You know, I was born on the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand, and the Pacific Ocean is a real trip, man. You know, like it's like so abundant back home in New Zealand, and the land is so fertile. It's just that the cost of living was going up, but not wages. You know, so you had to real hustle, man. You had to hustle for everything. And I imagine it would have been the same in good old southeast London too. Yeah, you had to hustle. You had to hustle in Cincinnati. You've been to a lot of oceans, but never the Indian Ocean or the Indian Ocean. Oh, really? Yeah, well, neither had I until I come here, you know. So that's where all of Asia pretty much is. Southeast Asia, you know, the Malays, the Philippines, then heading more towards Asia and India. That's, well, of course, India. You'd think so, right? Well, but Bro, mad love to you, brother. Boom. Bro, we're just chewing the fat, man. Yeah, we're just shooting the breeze, chewing the fat, you know, spitting some rhymes with Snobby and Pauline. Welcome, brother. Welcome, my bro. Yeah, I'm just checking out the Streamlabs and giving it a crack. I was just saying earlier on that I left it till this time of the night because what's the point of doing it at lunchtime, Australia, when it's going to be midnight over there? But I know you, Grabbit. You're a like stay up late kind of guy. I've caught you out. Nah. Yeah, so the whole purpose of this live is just to check it out, basically, and you know, see what's up, and yeah, check out the quality, check out the service, check out the audio. I checked out the reviews about and looked into Streamlab, bro, and I see a lot of people like disconnecting from it and going over to another one called Stream Elements. And they have a lot of YouTube tutorials about Stream Elements. But in saying that, I went to go and check it out, and it sort of like just cut me off. So, you know, all those big uppity ups, and here I am on Streamlabs. But I did notice sometimes it drops out, bro? Sometimes it drops out. Or when I watch the repeat, the lag, there's a little bit of a lag, like the audio doesn't match up with the visual. You find that, bro? Hey, oh, you'd like to visit there someday? Man, I tell you, Western Australia is like, if you're not out in the outback, if you're not out in the outback, or you're not out in the country, it's you're not really experiencing what Australia is really about. You know, Big B, how am I doing? I'm doing really good, my bro. Yeah, I'm doing really good. I yeah, I'm gonna like head out later on and go for a bit of a dive in Aldi's and go and check out their dumpster. There's 2 of them in my area. Yeah, I'm like right in between them both, so I'm gonna go and check them out later on tonight and see what's happening, see what's going down. So yeah, Pauline, you should come to Western Australia, but before I recommend coming to Western Australia, you should go visit New Zealand first. You know, you might as well go straight to the top. You might as well go visit the higher echelons. Yeah. I'm so glad to catch the live too, bro. I actually customized the time to fit in with the American audience, because that's all my subscribers are. They are an American audience. But I'm slowly turning that around. I'm trying to. I've made a connection with an Aussie guy called Scrap It. He's an Australian dumpster diver, but he hasn't been posting anything for. He hasn't been posting anything for like over a year, so maybe he's sort of dropped off, or is it? Yeah. So I've left comments with him and hooked up with him on. I tried to hook up with him on his Facebook page, but I've been getting no response. So maybe he's dropped off. He could be a connection to like the Australian dumpster divers. I was saying to Pauline and Snobby earlier on that I never created the page. There was already a Facebook page that was created, but because I've been putting so much content on there, the admin of that page made me a moderator and an admin. So You have a Facebook page? No doubt. Oh, you love the cooking video? Cool. Pauline Kennedy, okay, man, I want to connect with you. You know what I find frustrating about these lives is, and what differs from so much from the Facebook lives, is the Facebook lives you can actually bring someone on board to your live and have a face-to-face. That's what I like about that, and that's what I don't like about this. It's the only thing though. Being able to read the messages and then you read them and being able to relay them back to you is cool. But yeah, so anyway, they made me an admin to this page, so I've been dedicating to copying links into the pages, and it's called Dumpster Diving Perth. So it's area specific, and but who cares? It's just a start to branch out. I put one of my lives on there, and my views went from like 40 to 100 on just one of my videos. So now I'm gonna. My intention is to not share my videos, but to share other smaller channels that's got smaller subscribers and introduce them into the pages. You know, ask them to show some love. Grab it. You're going to be up there too, my bro, straight up. Oh, here's my Ontario Canadian friend. How are you? Oh, you're from Heather. Okay. I thought for a second there your name was Heather. 4 people in the room. Hello. Number 4. So, my Canadian Commonwealth cousin, what's your name? HPH. Big shout out to all of you also, you know, Pauline, Brandon, Snobby, and my Ontario Canadian Commonwealth cousin. Big shout out to you all, man. I really appreciate you guys, like, being here. Yeah, it's so cool. If given half the chance, man, I could just chat. Oh, it's Heather. Hi, Heather. Like, I'm not trying to be like funny or anything there, Heather, but how is the weather? How is the weather, Heather? Over in Ontario, Canada. Are you going through winter time at the moment? Like, are you at the top on that? Is Ontario? Is that sort of like closer to the American border? I have no idea. Gotcha, Heather. Winter, yes. Okay. Yeah. Damn, it'd be cold there too, eh? Cold where you fellas are, eh? Yeah, well, as I was saying before, Perth is like the most isolated city on the planet. So that's the claim, and they say that because on one side, if you go to the west, it's the Indian Ocean for thousands of miles, and you don't see anything until you hit until you hit Bombay or something, which is like 6,000 or 7,000 kilometers, and then on the east, you've got the Western Desert right through to the mid section, which is like where Alice Springs is, or Uluru, or what do they call it? Ayers Rock. Heard of Ayers Rock? More warmer than usual. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you just missed a good yarn before. Grab it. Myself, Snobby, and Pauline were talking about our kids, our adult children. it would have been like a fantastic insight of what you have to look forward to. Yeah, all our adult children are awesome right now. And how much of a dramatic change, like for me personally, what I was like as a 20-year-old parent to what I'm like as a 40-year-old, when I was in my 40s, that the change in my as me as a person and how I treated my children was so different. Yeah, like I'm way more chill. Any dumpster diving today, and you have a 16-and-a-half-year-old son. Oh, wow, yeah, he is like just entering like puberty. Oh my God. He'd be all over the place. He'd be like jumping out of his skin. Yeah, he'd be like at his most clumsiest, like right now, between 14 and 16 until they find their feet, right? I'm 46 and can relate to how much changes. Yep. Well, before Grab It, you would have officially been the youngest. But now Grab It is at a nice tender age of 27. Hey, Grab It. Well, you've bounced, have you? Grab It. No worries, mate. Oh, you really must go? I really appreciate you stopping in. No, I thank you so much for putting the live to, bro. Thank you, and I hope to catch one of your lives real soon. Oh, thank you, Snobby. Thank you so much, my bro. Really appreciate you. I'll catch you soon. Feel well. Take care. 27. Oh my God, 27. Shucks, I would have had all my 6 kids by 27 easily. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, I would have had all my 6 kids by 27. Dumpster diving today. No, I didn't do any dumpster diving today. I don't do any real daytime stuff. The places I go are really overpopulated. There's a lot of traffic, and for the most part, I don't really care anyway. I'm that brazen. I really am. And the more I grow in confidence, the more brazen I get with not caring about who's around. And in the past, I used to do it quite a lot. They have a hard verge over here. They call it hard verge, where people put their stuff from their sheds, or they want to throw away appliances and stuff like that out on the side of the road, and that is just like open territory for anyone. And to the brave go the rewards. But as far as dumpster diving, it's not really it's not a common practice here. It's not against the law. Obviously, we observe and obey the no trespassing stickers that very few have. They have very few. That big package of bacon you got the other day was amazing. Tell me about it. Heather, like straight up, you didn't get married until you were 28. Okay. When you can throw out whatever on the side. Oh, yeah. Oh, we don't do that in New Zealand. No. Nah, because we don't throw things away. Us Māori, we don't throw things away, man. We hold on to that thing until it's just there's a bit of board hanging on it, or you have to re-nail it on there, and you know, because you know we're a practical people. You know, what is a couch? It's something that we sit on. Well, we'd sooner take empty beer crates and put some planks across it, and some cushions, and we're good. We're a practical people. We're not a people that overly want to go into any kind of expenditure, because we don't spend money on our comfort, basically, because it's in our DNA makeup that we lived on mud floors quite comfortably for hundreds of years. Yeah, but over here so much we live in a throwaway society. You know, they don't make things of any quality anymore. They make things to purposely break for you to go out and buy it again. And you wouldn't even flinch at spending another $5, $10, $15 on something, because we consume. We consume. Definitely a throwaway society, Heather. Ben has big eggs and bacon. Bacon? Big eggs. I actually used to have chickens. Penny pinchers. Hi there, guys. Is it which one's flying solo? Are you both there, penny pinchers? So good to see you. So, I'm sorry I missed your live earlier on. In fact, it was watching your live that inspired me to check out Streamlabs and give it a crack. This is why I'm here tonight. I'm so glad you're on board. Thank you for coming on. We're just chewing the fat about anything in particular, really. Not really phased about just dumpster diving. We've been talking about our adult children, our kids. Been talking about Pauline's amazing 24-year career in the hospital. It's in not just the hospital, but in surgery, and her advancements in training, and seeing the technologies evolve in the theatres and in the hospitals around. So just been chewing the fat about anything, really. Yeah, my whole purpose of doing this live was just to check out the Streamlabs app and see how it works out. I mean, when I watched your guys, or the replay of your guys live, you had a real clear picture, and the audio was really good. A couple of times it dropped in and out, but nothing serious or major. So yeah, I just thought I'd come and check it out for myself and see what's up throughout the net, and see what I could catch. Oh wow, that's awesome, Pauline. Yeah, she's amazing. Getting to know each other, for sure. For sure. I think lives are an awesome opportunity to be able to do that. I was saying to everyone earlier on, Penny, that the only thing I don't like about the live streaming with the YouTube is, or through YouTube, is that I'm unable to, pop someone up to do the live with me, to do a real live face-to-face, like you can do on Facebook Live. So, and I guess I'm just spoiled that way, So, yeah, that's my only thing. Because you want to. I remember you saying in when I watched the replay of your guys' lives that it seemed weird just talking into a screen and not having any kind of immediate response, and then just having to catch up with the captions and have a conversation that way. Tama. is my dog, Tamanui. He can be a little bit overprotective sometimes, my boy. Yeah. Yeah, so I imagine it's just morning time over there in your guys' neck of the woods. It's 9:30 over here. I'm about set to head out and go and check out a couple of the Aldi dumpsters. I was saying earlier on that I live between two Aldi stores. They both have compactors, but they both have small bins. See, because we don't call them dumpsters over here. Over here we don't call them dumpsters. We call them bins. They're skip bins or mini skip bins or bins, rubbish bins. So I have them days. Yeah, they call them bins. So that's the play on my name, Bin Living. We're not called dumpsters over here. So they have compactors, but they also have a couple of small side bins, and I imagine the whole purpose behind the compactors is more for not just they throw everything in there. I think it's more for the metal, the cardboard, but I think all of the foodstuffs they throw into the small skip bin that they have in a bunker, a concrete bunker with a wire gate, and so far it's never locked. They've never locked them, and I think it's for the most part that and the bins get hit all the time. There's a small, well, not a large, but not a small homeless community in the area that I live in, which is called Mandurah, which is an hour south of Perth City. And the homeless people here are respectful enough. They don't trash the joint, you know what I mean? They don't trash it. They go in there, they take what they need, and they put everything back, which is cool, because they're not dumpster divers, so they don't know nothing about the unwritten law, but they have the presence of mind to keep it tidy, because they fear that it's making a mess is going to lock the bins, which is going to lock them out of free breakfast, lunch and dinner. So in that regard, they are cool for cats. And I've bumped into a couple of them on a couple of occasions, and rather than dive for myself, I get in there for them. Help them out. More recycling and composting bins should be used. Definitely, I totally agree with you. In New Zealand, they put up recycling bins in around most schools for the community to use. They have huge wire bins for glass bottles, and separated into clear, brown and green. And then they have another cage just for paper and cardboard. And like I said before, the land over there is really fertile, so any scraps you could literally throw into your land and create a compost heap without any difficulty at all. Yep, same there. Same in Cincinnati, yeah. No, well, this is all up and down the country, like it's in every school, and they've been doing it for years, for as long as I can remember. Yeah. So in that regard, New Zealand's pretty green, you know. Yeah, that is good. You know, that's not to say that there's no junk piles or there's no mess or anything. There certainly is, definitely. But at least local government and council made conscious effort, you know what I mean? And the taxpayers pay for it, of course, comes out of the rates and stuff like that. But not in my neck of the woods. Being a Māori, I've been gifted land that's been handed down from generation to generation. The government can't touch any of that, and there's huge communities of that. So we're not privy to the local council services like road management, water, sewerage, electricity, phone lines, stuff like that. Well, we won't allow it on our land. For centuries, we did quite fine without them, and we're still doing fine like today. So, sounds like an Aboriginal people of Canada. Yeah. I've been invited to like many summit meetings, Indigenous Aboriginal summit meetings. I'm part of an Indigenous committee for New Zealand. That's what we do. We wānanga, we call it, or we go out and speak about our treaty. Because at the time we were the only, I think we still are the only Indigenous culture that has a treaty with our colonialists, or like it matters, but we do. Had a lot of land stolen, but some reservations are suffering badly here. All over the world, Heather, all over the world. We're just going through this massive issue called ihu mātau. And I know the Native American Indians are going through some stuff now with the sitting bull, or something like that, sitting bull, some land issues over there. The Hawaiians at the moment with one of their maungas, their mountains. It's happening all over the world, man. Yeah. It's hard to try and unchange or reprogram something that's been drummed into like 2 or 3 generations of people believing the history that we've been taught, basically. Yeah. And no disrespect to anyone out there about, no disrespect to anyone out there. I'm just speaking about for Māori and Māoridom, but so saw your go back to dumpster diving. Saw your neat little haul there before. Grab it, watched your video, made a comment, dropped a like, my bro. That was awesome. These drinks and all those little thingies that you got, my bro. That was awesome. Oh, when did I start diving? Okay, so I started diving. I was about 18 years old. I started when I was 18, but it wasn't dumpster diving, it was surviving. But things were still getting thrown away, but my whole focus was about getting food. It was about feeding my family, or supplementing my income, basically. And it wasn't a hobby. It was we just knew the days that the people were throwing away. The supermarkets at the time were throwing their stuff away, and not just me. I mean, back then I was part of I lived in a university town, so all the university students were broke and pohara or poor. So there'd be actually quite medium-sized groups of us moving to the back of these supermarkets all these years ago, and we would fill our own pantries and the pantries of our friends and stuff like that, and then we would take the rest to the local church, to the farmers market, where they would open it up to the parishioners, and you'd pay $5 for a box, and then you'd fill your box, and you paid $15 for a bigger box, and you fill that up. And that's how it pretty much all started, really. And then I would find other stuff as well when I would bring them home, but it was nothing for reselling or anything like that. It was just I was hoarding, pretty much. So when I was 18, and it was on and off right up until I had a good enough job. I didn't need to do that anymore to survive. And then I come to Australia, and then I was really earning good money, and I was actually adding to the problem. I was a part of the waste society, if you like. I was a consumer of the highest regard, and not just me, my whole family. It's because we lived in for convenience. You know, it was easy, just buy something quick and throw it away. Buy something, it would break, you didn't need to fix it. It only cost you $10, you threw it away, because I was earning good enough money to be able to just go and get another one. So I was adding to the problem. So I had lost my awareness and my self-consciousness about, well, you know, what was going on around me, because I was consumed. I was too consumed. Oh. Absolutely, Heather. You know, the thing is, we're all survivors, really. You know, I would never let anything happen to my family, like anything. It was not going to happen. And I had no shame. I had no shame at all. I didn't care. We're all guilty. We're all guilty. Or we all were guilty. Or we all have been. There's no surprise. We live in a world of consumerism. If we didn't, then we wouldn't have supermarkets, huge one-stop shop malls. You know, they are the downfall of the small business, the butcher, the fishmonger, the baker. You know, we never used to have to do one-stop shopping. We would go in and we would interact with our butcher. We would interact with our shopkeeper. You know, now there's little or no interaction at all. They're expecting us to serve ourselves with no interaction at all. It's crazy. We're going backwards. We're not even going forwards. You know, I believe in technology. I truly believe in it. You know, we are destined to be cyborgs. We're destined to be cyborgs. We have our face in our phones, and we have our face in computers and screens and stuff like that. I guess for the older generation, it's not quite like that, but we see the value and what it has to offer. However, when it comes to manakitanga or service to others, there has to be a personal interaction, and when that no longer exists, that's when technology becomes a problem. I've never been a fan of self-serve, and neither has my wife. We've always gone to the counter. I've always loved going to the bank and talking with my teller, you know, and getting to know them, because it was something that I would have to do every day. I'd have to do it every other day. Go to the bank, make your deposit, make your withdrawal, say hello. Hey, how's the family? Gone. You've got to talk to a computer. Yeah. It is getting bigger. It's getting bigger. I think there's two parts to why it's getting bigger. I think it's getting bigger because social media or multimedia has put it to the forefront, all this corporate waste, and everyone loves free stuff. Everyone loves it. And even though they might not believe it for themselves until they see it for themselves. And that's where the bug is, you know. I almost feel guilty sometimes diving when I see a big haul. I almost feel guilty because it's just not a normal thing to receive something that's free, no matter how you get it. No matter how you get it. I mean, we could earn it by entering a raffle or entering a competition, and we win it. We win something for free. You know, we win it. And that is totally guilt-free. I earned that free gift by writing down my name. I did something for it in particular. But dumpster diving is not that. People are amazed at what... Only dumpster divers are amazed. And voyeurs who watch dumpster divers, they're amazed. And some of them don't even believe that it's true. Penny pinchers, man, I forget his name. He 4 years ago, he thought that people bought the stuff, put it in the bin, and then videoed themselves for views on YouTube. That's what he believed until he saw it with his own eyes, and for 4 years he's been hooked. So until you're actually in it, do you realize? And then it creates a lot of competition. You know, creates a lot of competition. So people aren't really willing to share their spots. I am. I share my spots on the Facebook page because I can't get it all. And if I miss out on the day because I told someone, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. At the end of the day, it needs to be retrieved. Oh, you got a full car. So that means, Pauline, that we're going to see another video of your reveals later on. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And Heather, I checked your bio. You're just a watcher of these of the videos. You just watch. You're not a participant yourself, or you are and you don't record it. You're about 4 videos behind. I am. Sorry, Heather, you are what? You're a voyeur or you're a diver? Okay. Okay, yeah. Sure. You did. Yeah. Absolutely. And I hope you're okay, you know. Voyeur. An amazed one. An amazed one. But, you know, does that, like, from what you're watching, when you're out and about, do you look at dumpsters in a whole different light now as a result of watching all these videos? Do you look at a dumpster and see it full and go, I wonder what's in there? I wish I had a friend. Okay. So Ontario's not a small place, right? Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. You're answering what I was just saying. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. I mean, like I said, I started really young. I did it for a long time, off and on for many years as a way to supplement my income. And I haven't for a long time. I've only gotten back into it as a result of watching all of these videos and sort of re-sparking what I remember from doing it the first time, but in a whole different shed of light, you know. It wasn't more of a survival, it was just rebooting like body memory and the things to look out for, I guess, except it wasn't centered solely around survival. It was more about fun. It was more about the excitement. It was more about the adrenaline. It was more about the like we watch the videos about the wow factor when you open up that lid and go, damn, what, you know, like, holy heck, you know, what's that? Dive Ontario, exciting, definitely. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check that one out. Dive Ontario. But what's your uptake on their channel? Do you recognize any spots? Are they doing it? I'm a nighttime diver, like I said before. There's too much activity around during the day at the dumpsters that I dive in. And even though I'm shameless and I couldn't, because I'm a big lad, I can take care of myself. I'm not fearful of what I think people's actions might be, even if they were to call the police. I'm going to call the cops. Sweet, I'll be gone before they get back here. I'll say that in my head. I'd never be cheeky enough to actually say that. They just started about a week ago. Okay. Gonna have to check them out. Definitely. Yeah, so as a, I tell you, as a direct result of doing the diving that I have now, no dumpster doesn't get looked at, man. It could be in a really obscure place like a battery shop or I know I'm trying to think of a real obscure shop that would have a dumpster behind it, and I'd still go and not go look in it, but I'd be looking at it as I'm driving past 100 kilometers per hour, you know, and I'll be like looking out the window going, the hell is that? Man, there's no lock on it. At 100 kilometers per hour going down the road, I can see where there's a lock on it or not. Hey? Two guys laughing at you, what for? Oh, hang on, yeah. People ask me on live streams if I am a solo diver. I said no. A dumpster diver. People were guys that, yeah, of course. Because I dumpster dive. That is funny. But you see they're laughing at you. Are you sure they weren't laughing with you? Because I think you were the one that made the funny statement. I think that's a great idea. So it is. I think you're hilarious. I do. I think that what you said is funny. I think you should fully make a connect, Heather. I think you should fully make a connect and appease your curiosity, you know. Oh, they were kids. Okay, not funny anymore. Cheeky little buggers. Yeah, little ratbags. Laughing at my friend Pauline. How dare they? You send them in my direction. Give them something to laugh about. Nah. Yeah, Heather, go and appease your curiosity and hold back no longer. Go out there and make a connect with those dumpster divers and ask them to drive along or set up some kind of meet up, you know, meet up somewhere before you go. Hey, let's go and have a coffee somewhere and chew the fat. And it's just experiencing that feeling, not necessarily having to jump in and well, I guess that's part of it, but you know, if you pop your head in there and say, hey, what's that? Can you have a look at that for me? And send in James. James, jump in there, me old mate. It is exciting, you know, and I'm sure Pauline will testify, you know, her own testimonies about the excitement of finding things. And I don't look at things at their value, you know, because when you see a retail price tag, you know, you want to divide that by 3, you know, at least to give you the true value of anything. You know, when I see a price tag of what they sell at a retail price, it's, you know, like something for $5 probably cost like 90 cents to make. You know what I mean? And I think that's the sort of differences that's going on in today's world. You know, we're not getting things made of quality that last a long time. That's why we have all of these places like Dollar Tree and places like that are popping up. I'm going to have to check out your channel, Pauline. You have? Absolutely, Heather. Pauline is amazing. She has good videos. Give her a subscribe. And she's always posting stuff up, even though by her own admission, she's 4 videos behind. Isn't that right, Pauline? You need to get on top of that, like, probably tonight. The rise of the dollar stores, yes, they tried bringing in dollar stores in New Zealand. They had one there called the $2 shop, and for a long time it was really popular. But before there were like $2 shops, there were emporiums. Did you guys have emporiums in Cincinnati or in Ontario? Emporiums? That's what the dollar shops used to be. They used to be emporiums where they sold fabrics and other little knicky-knackies. No? Okay. Well, in New Zealand, they used to call them emporiums, and then they started introducing $2 shops, which were just made in China plastic stuff that were stocking fillers, basically. They were a way of pawn shops. Not really. In the major cities, you know, maybe in Auckland, New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand. Yeah, all the made in China, you know, New Zealand got deregulated and allowed cheap import anything into the country, and this was back in the early 90s. So we had an influx of Japanese-made cars, Toyotas, not so much Toyotas, but other branded cars. But the deregulation allowed used Japanese cars to come over instead of new Japanese cars to go through the assembly lines. And when they open the door up for that, it opened up the door for everything. Everything. I imagine. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now the emporiums sold stuff that were made in the country. They were like the emporiums where the sold the stuff that weren't export quality, right? They weren't export quality. So they weren't sent out of the country. They were sent to these shops. These emporiums would buy them in bulk and then sell them off to the consumer at a cheaper rate, and be like fabrics and stuff like that. Then these $2 shops were starting to be introduced, and people were flocking to them because we have to get our retail therapy somewhere, and there's no better place to get your retail therapy than to a shop that sells everything for $2, especially if you're a solo mum with 3 kids living on a benefit and you need to get some retail therapy on, or be able to afford things for your kids that were more times than not demanding. My boyfriend only buys USA things, eh? Yeah. Are you sure about that, Pauline? Have you checked his pants, his underwear, his shirt? Are you sure about that? Because when you say you only buy USA things, there's so much thing like even the cups that you buy from your I think so, I'm forced to buy whatever they can afford. Well, most things. Sorry, I really pull people up when they make a play on words, and I don't mean that with any kind of animosity. And if I come across like that, I really apologise. Definitely costs more. Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, for sure, and that's been the downfall of most economies around the world. You know, they're shutting down factories and assembly lines that are made in-house because it's cheaper to ship them from another country. That doesn't make sense, man. You know, and then sometimes we'll say assembled in Canada, made from imported goods. Yeah. And I reckon it probably started in Canada as a raw material, then got shipped off, and then come back as, you know, as another product to be assembled. Crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah. I always checks out the tags, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it does. It does. You cannot compete with someone that works 3 times the amount of hours and does twice the productivity for 1/8 of the wage. They do, and you know, but it's relative to the economic status, though. Sweatshop labor is alive and well, and it is booming. It is a booming business, and there's just no way you could ever stop it, because if you shut one down, another one will pop up just like that. You don't care for Walmart at all? I don't blame you. The only difference with Walmart is they don't care, and they put it out there. Yeah. Oh, Walmart. We don't have Walmart here in Australasia or in any of the Pacific nations. I don't know about Hawaii. You remember when they came to Canada in the late 1990s? Yep. Oh, Wally World. Wally World. Now, I'm a big fan of National Lampoon. Is there actually a Wally World? That's not Walmart. Is there actually a Wally World? Do you know what I mean when I say National Lampoon with Chevy Chase? And he goes to Wally World. I would call it Worry Mart. Worry Mart. Because it's a worry. Oh, yeah, I love that movie. Me and my wife watch it all the time. I know, that's so funny. Oh, man. You know, they didn't have comedians like that, him anymore, eh? You know, he was like like real slapstick comedy with the facials and the pauses, and you know, and he's really physical. They don't have them like that anymore. Christmas Vacation is a crack up, definitely. Yeah, exactly. Now, me and my wife, we love watching those. You know, I literally grew up with National Lampoon. Oh, you like the Steve? Love all Chevy Chase movies. Yeah, there's so many, man. There's quite a lot. The Caddyshack was one of them, and Dingoes. Favorite Steve Martin movie? Come on, ladies. Favorite Steve Martin movie? I hope it's the same as my one. Actually, I've got two. The Jack, yeah, okay. I love funny movies. I love funny movies too. I love those ones that make it like, it gives you the sore stomach because you're just laughing so hard and you can't breathe. Goldie Hawn. Is that private something? Yeah. House Sitter. Funny. With Queen Latifah. Funny. Is that the one? Oh. Oh no, that's In the House. That's in the House, I think. Now I like Plane, Trains and Automobiles. Yeah, with John Candy. Plane, Trains and Train, Planes and Automobiles. Funny. With Goldie Hawn. Yes, that's right. Yeah. I remember that one. And the other one I like is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. That's a funny one with Michael Caine. Get Hard. Get Hard. Is that the one with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell? Where he's training him to be a prisoner. Oh, yeah. See that? I mean, I like it, but I think that's where that's where our comedies, you know, like Kevin Hart's really loud, you know. But I like Will Ferrell's, you know, he has a comedic mind, and I think it's always switched on. Yeah, yeah, I love those movies. Must be bust out laughing with Elf. You must be watching it with your 16-and-a-half-year-old son there, Heather. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, no, I love these movies. Oh, you are. What a good guess. Yeah, I haven't seen any like good ones like lately. I haven't seen any good ones. Or if I have, I can't remember them. Actually, the last one I seen was John Candy was Canadian. Really? Wow. He's the man. He is full on. I love his style of comedy. Just like he rants, and I like Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck was awesome. And Martin Short was Canadian too. Are we dropping names here for, you know? Here, let me think of some New Zealand comedians that you might know. No, there's none. Gone too soon, definitely. Uncle Buck, yeah, man. Yeah, that was funny. Funny, man. And of course, Cool Runnings. True story. One of his last movies as well. Oh yeah, which one did he which one did he play in? Movie was it? Yeah. Some you never seen. Jamaica, we have a bobsled team. Love that movie. Cool Runnings. Yeah, it was the remake of A Man from Uncle. The Man from Uncle. Like, it used to be an old TV series. They made a movie, a comedy movie. Man, it is funny. It is funny, like clever funny, like play on words, make you think, funny. I went into I watched it on the movie theater with my two youngest kids, and I was the only one laughing because I got it. With Eugene Levy. Oh yeah, they did something called Second City. Okay. I love Tom Hanks. He's the man. He's like the epitome of like good actor, you know, good acting in his roles. Class. And so many diverse roles in so many movies. Like Forrest Gump is definitely one of my top 3 of all time. Of course, Outcast was like just an amazing, literally a solo act movie. And not many people can claim, you know, make claim to that. So he's the man. Run, Forrest, run. When he did, like the guy goes, "Hey boy, show me that move again," you know, and these women dancing away. That was, you know, I just love that movie. It's like taking something that's, you know, a fictitious character into real life history. Old Zell to his friends. That's what they reckon. Old Pauline, they call him Zell. They've shortened it. Oh my gosh! I think I feel like I'm intruding on a woman's conversation right here. My bad. Sorry. No, amazing actor. Just watched him on a movie called The Equalizer. Turning into one of them action guys, you know, but like smooth, man, smooth. The things they must have to train these actors on to fulfill that role, you know, or have doubles. Yeah, The Equalizer, right? I loved him. Loved that American Gangster movie as well. That was crazy. I'm gonna take you for a walk. Have a bit of a stretch. It's just going to darken for a sec, but do not be alarmed. Oh. You know, we are the bobsled team. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. lighting's not the best. My daughter put these lights up and she goes, put these up, Dad, it's warm. WKRP in Cincinnati. I'll just keep you close. It's quite warm here in Perth at the moment. It's about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius. You know, I don't know how warm it gets there, and I don't know what the conversion is from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yes, it is nighttime here. It's quite a breezy night, but clear. It's very starry, and yeah. Come out for a cigarette. I don't smoke very often. It's not good for your health, and I only do it at night. Oh, Tipene has a live video. True, my nephew is live on Facebook. You're not too far from me. Really? Is Cincinnati close to, is at the top of the Central America? I smoke too, I hate it. Oh, do you, Pauline? I do. I've actually, well, this is the longest time I've been smoking. I probably started when I was had my first cigarette when I was like 12, and that's because I liked a girl named Marcia Rehutai, who said she would only give me a kiss if I had a cigarette with her, and I went, okay. Oh, you don't smoke? Okay. Oh, you're in the middle. Right. Cincinnati's right in the middle. But every time my wife got pregnant, I would stop just like that. Cold turkey, just drop it like it's hard. And and I would stop for a couple of years. She would start up, I would start up again, and then she'd be pregnant again. So I would stop. But this is definitely the longest time I've been a smoker since I've been in Australia. I've been here 12 years. I've quit 3 times. And this time around I've been smoking for the last 5 years. And it's harder than I've ever smoked, harder than I ever have before. And it's just no good for me. I know all of the dangers. I know all of the cons. There is no pros to smoking. There is none. Yet I still do it. And it's my own mental challenge that I have to face. I have issues with comfort food as well. Yeah, I used to be, we all used to be fit, I'm sure, at one stage. But, you know, I played rugby league right up until I was 45. It was a real physical game. I smoke Misty 120 menthol. Oh, so it gives you that nice fresh breath feeling, eh? The menthols. Yours are $7.60 a pack. That's American money. What's that converted into Australian money? That's like maybe $9 or $10 or $11. vaping is the newest dangerous thing. Not just there, but everywhere. I don't know if it's, I mean, hey, anything you put down your lungs that's hot and not supposed to be there is dangerous, for sure. But it's not as dangerous as bloody smoking, like literally benzene and any other of one of the multitude of poisons and leads and things that go into cigarettes. Ladies, can I say that it's an absolute joy chatting with you. I hope you don't mind the banter. It is so hard to quit. It's just a mental challenge. Yeah, it's a mind game. A packet of cigarettes here of 20s is nearly $30 Australian dollars. A packet of 30s is nearly $40. In New Zealand, a packet of roll your own 50 grams is nearly $80, and gas is over $2 a litre. Oh, good. I'm glad. Oh, good night, Pauline. Yeah, get you some sleep. What is it? 10 o'clock in the morning over there? Yeah, it is expensive, Heather. It is so expensive. Yeah, good night, Pauline. And also, I'm glad you enjoyed the chat. I really enjoyed chatting with you and sharing your experiences and just getting to know you a bit better. Hope to see those 4 videos you owe us. No pressure. You like to sleep in the daytime. Of course, and you deserve every second of rest. Good night. I'll talk to you soon. Yes, Heather, please check out Pauline's amazing lady. Especially when she's uploading her videos. She's even more amazing. Oh, that's my dog. Yes. Take care. My dog, he's a half terrier, half Shar-Pei, and he's a beautiful all chocolate brown, all body, no markings on him at all. Yeah, he's very handsome, my boy. He speaks. He understands English, but I only speak to him in Te Reo Māori in my native language. Yes, he's a bit of a wrinkle. Well, he's not as wrinkly and as folded as a Shar-Pei. He's quite tight-skinned, but not tight like a terrier, sort of in between. But you can see that the wrinkles are on his face. He's a real handsome boy. I've actually got a video of him on my page. It's only about 10 seconds long, but yeah. I'm not sure if you'd seen it or not. Mixed breed, yes, he's a mixed breed. That's why he's so clever. He used to, when he was growing up, he's only 3.5 years old. And when he was growing up as a puppy, I was right into my gardening. And he'd do the gardening with me, pretty much. When I'd look at something that was growing and I'd get all excited, I'd get my head right in there and I'd look to the side and his head would be like right next to mine, looking at it. And he'd never like piss on the vegetables or anything like that, and he'd use the pathways that I created. good though. He's clever. Yeah, I don't give him enough credit. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I think you did too. I think you made a comment about being him a handsome boy. Because I replied to all of your comments. I replied to all of yours. Yeah, yeah. That is cute, eh? And it's one of the reasons why I love him so much. We give each other a hard time for sure, Heather. I tell you, we give each other a full-on hard time. But yeah, he's keen. Oh yes, I'm just starting this journey, and it makes sense to me to respond because I'm genuinely interested. I'm genuinely interested in wanting to meet everyone, and not just your generic thanks. I like to add value. She doesn't, but the last haul I did, Heather, was the food one, and that made her eyes go like this. Yeah, and she even expressed some interest about saying, "Oh, I'll come with you on the next one." I went, "Really? It's cool, my darling." So I reckon if she was to come and be part of a haul, does she like the bacon? Yes, she made us an amazing. Not only she liked the bacon and the eggs as well. She made an amazing quiche, a flan, bacon and quiche, bacon and egg quiche. Or my friend Louis would call it a quiche. And I said, "That's not a quiche, that's a quiche. That's a quiche." And he goes, "It hasn't got a K in it." But he's so much cleverer in other things. Just not spelling. Yeah, I thought you might find that funny. This is one of the waters that I found in the dumpster last night. It's a sparkling water. Yes, I was thinking about going out and having a bit of a look. It's going on 10:30 now. Gee, we've done the live for quite a bit. The thirsty work does live business. Okay. Hi, Southern Belle. Hey, Heather. Check it out. We have Southern Belle join us. Welcome to our chat about whatever you like. Oh, it's morning for you there, Southern Belle. What's your name, Southern Belle? Or would you prefer us calling you Southern Belle? HPH 909, her name is Heather. And my name is Brendan. And your name is... So I take it for you it's the morning where you are. It's we're just saying that it's 10:30 Saturday night here in New Zealand, Western Australia. Belle. Well, greetings, Belle. Welcome. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So Heather was asking about. Yeah. So there's like 14 hours difference or 13 hours difference between us. 13 hours difference between us and you. Take all the time you need, Belle. Oh, so what do we do with the mussels? Firstly, we in Western Australia, we they don't have the green lip mussels here, so they all get sent over from New Zealand, and they're snap frozen. We thaw them out and we use them for. We punnet the mussels as just a raw mussel, shelled mussel. We also do a marinade, which is like a sugary vinegar brine with onions and tomatoes. It's a pickled mussel, I guess, for a better way to explain it. Then we use them for chowders as well, a seafood chowder or a mussel chowder that has a creamy curry base, and it has crab meat, the green lip mussel, and prawns, Australian prawns. And we also do a mussel fritter mix. Yes, seafood chowder, and we have a really, really nice recipe. Well, it must be nice. We sell like a lot every week. We have to make a new batch every day. We never reheat or resell anything. So yeah, that's what we do with the mussels, and battered mussels also as well. So the business itself has only been operating for 5 years. It started off as a caravan firstly, and then it built up to brick and mortar, and it's been operating as brick and mortar for the last coming on 3 years. And the person who owns it is a friend of mine, and I had my own business at the time, and he was starting his business, and I just loved what he was doing. I loved that he. I just loved what he was doing and the kind of community he was creating as a result of having this business. So I definitely wanted to be a part of it, and he allowed me. And it's basically just serving New Zealand type food to New Zealanders that are no longer living in New Zealand, and creating like a homey feeling, and so they're able to get the stuff from back home and recreate those memories of home, but away from home. I share you out. Thank you. Ah, fuchsia. Is that right, fuchsia? Fuchsia. Yes. Hi, how are you? Oh, am I buffering? Okay. Yeah, I did express about how this app does that, because I noticed that on some of the other lives that I watched when I watched Penny Pinchers. When I watched Penny Pinchers, they were buffering as well. So I guess it's just I guess it's just trying to synchronize right now, because just been having mad conversations with Heather, and we had Pauline deep diving in Cincinnati was on before. Grab It was on. Penny Pinchers were on for a moment or two, so we didn't have any issues there. So I appreciate your patience. It can be hard to turn a profit, yes, in a food business. So Fuchsia's got an amazing page. Are you Filipino, Fuchsia? remember watching one of your lives, but obviously you were talking with your people in your language, but I just observed. You are Philippine. I have a dear friend over here. Her name is Pearly Santos. She's an amazing Filipino lady, amazing cook, and a fantastic gardener. And her little unit is just like walking into a forest, a jungle. It is just an amazing woman. Yes, look at us, we're a melting pot. Canadian, American, Philippine and New Zealand Maori. I couldn't think of a more brilliant kind of community, to be honest. So how's that buffering going anyway, Belle? Are you all good on your end? So just to answer your question before, Heather, it is hard to turn a profit in a food business, but if you produce a good product and offer amazing service, the people will keep coming and it will keep buying, and you just have to maintain a high standard and keep it there. When you start wavering or taking shortcuts or compromising your health and standards, if you don't put any love into what you're doing, your business will suffer. You might have a good start and being a novelty, have amazing turnover and fantastic margins, but after a while, when the demand is great, you have to increase wages or bring in more people to cope with the demand, and then then you have issues with supply. Must be good. Yeah, good isn't good enough. It has to be great. Yeah. Good is just that, it's just good. But you want customers to say that it's great. Exactly, I like a place that serves delicious vegetables. Absolutely. So so many factors to be put into place, like the quality of the produce as well, where you get them supplied. People do actually ask where you get your products from. They actually ask that. Yes, well, yeah, absolutely. It's raw vegetable, where they just do raw foods, pretty much. You have 7 years in cooking? Yes, I've seen quite a bit of few of your videos, Fuchsia. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, yeah. I see a lot of places where you're at, like airports and different places. You have 7 years in cooking, so you're not doing cooking anymore, Belle? Were you formally trained in cooking, or something that you've picked up? Oh, I used to work at this restaurant at a high-end restaurant. Like a 5-star, 4-star restaurant, Michelin star. Like, was it a fine dining, high-end fine dining? Or just high-priced? Oh. For cooking, cake decorating. Nice. A baker. A patisserie? Oh, you're retired. Yes, I went to cooking school, trained as a chef when I left school. I was 15 years old, and I did it for 8 years. Oh, okay. Yes. Well, you're retired from the restaurant, but you're not retired from cooking. Do you still bake at home, or what's your story? You married with, have kids? Hi, Joy. Thank you for coming in. Right now we've got the beautiful Heather from Ontario, Canada, and the lovely Southern Belle. And we also have Fuchsia. We're so glad you could join us. We're just kicking back and chewing the fat. Before we were talking about funny movies and our kids. Now we're talking about cooking. I like to cook Mexican style dishes. Okay. Spicy, because you like the spicy foods. Is that relative to the sort of the area that you live in? Because we don't really get that kind of, spicy foods. Definitely in New Zealand is only just starting to take off. It's but Australia has, because they're so close to Southeast Asia, like the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, there are a lot of spices and exotic kind of flavors that come out of there. Thailand also. That's just one end of Australia. Then you've got the other end, when you're in the Caledonias, the New Guineas, Papua New Guineas, and they have their own sort of style of Thai food is amazing. Thai food is amazing. So, cumin. Yeah. Have you ever worked with you ever worked with turmeric? When I trained as a Mexican spaghetti and stews. Yum. Stop it. Cut it out. I had a cousin who actually opened a Mexican restaurant many years ago back in New Zealand. And yeah, it was funny because his cooks were like, one was Jamaican and another one was European but had dreadlocks, and here's this Maori guy, and they're all in a Mexican restaurant. It was hilarious. But they made a real good product. Oh, your favorite food is Indian food. So you like a korma or a masala? Or vindaloo? I tried Japanese and Chinese. Oh, you like the vindaloo? And the korma as well. You like the korma? I love Japanese food. I've been to Japan. Wow, really? A Japanese trained one? That's quite an accolade. Yeah, I've got a cousin that's lived in Japan, has a Japanese wife and 2 Japanese children. He's been there for 20 years. And he tells me about how tough it is for outsiders to get any kind of work anywhere in Japan. It's not impossible. They almost always end up being English teachers. Oh, I bet it was Joy. What a huge honour. I'm honoured for him. I don't even know him. I'm so honoured for him. Oh, here it was. First of all, it was definitely on one of my bucket lists to go there, and then to have that opportunity was just, yeah, it was exactly how I thought it was. I was more interested in the culture than anything else. It's always blown my mind, and the Middle East interests me in the same way as well. Places like Egypt and Gaborone. Been 15 years since you've done Indian food. There's actually a Indian chef called the One Pot Chef. He cooks everything in one pot, Indian food, and it's so easy. It's so easy. I've got like an authentic Indian butter chicken recipe from him. Just so easy. He's called the One Pot Chef on YouTube. And that's all he does. He's Indian bloke, probably lives in England. They reckon the best Indian food you can get isn't even in India. Does that sound crazy? Butter chicken straight up, from scratch. From scratch. No jar, anything, man. Yep. And you wouldn't even believe, like all of the ingredients as you would, except for garam masala. Hang on just a sec. I don't know if you get that backwards or not, but garam masala. That's the only unique ingredient you need for a good butter chicken. Garam masala. It's a coarse powder, and it smells a bit like aniseed. Yeah, Belle, does your son make you sushi? Yeah, garam masala. They put it almost in. They put it in a lot. Oh, grab it! You're back. Oh, we had no idea you left, bro. Me, Heather, and the girls are having too much fun. You had to clean the house, bro. Oh my God. I feel for you, my bro. Nah. My biggest mantra is I'd rather sweep up 5 mils of dust than 55 mil. I'm on top of that stuff, man, straight away. So HBH, her name is Heather. and grab it. His name is Brandon. And Southern Belle, her name is Belle. And I'm not too sure if our Filipino friend is still here, but her name is Fuchsia. And we've just been here just chewing the fat about all sorts of things. You've just missed a fascinating conversation about sushi, Indian food. How is your family today? So, yeah, we were just talking about our little food exploits. I just showed the ladies a spice called garam masala. That's an essential ingredient for butter chicken made from scratch. So do you do some cooking in the house as well? Grab it. Favorite dish, bro? What's the signature dish? Mine would have to be a slow cooked beef stew. Because you know, when you got 6 hungry mouths, it's all got to come out of the one pot. I just put the pot in the middle and grab a spoon, kids. You're going to finish it off with a loaf of bread. Oh, boy. Meatloaf. Jambalaya. Jambalina. So, you know, I imagine it's like every village has their own like way of doing their meatloaf. Do you have a special way of doing your meatloaf? Stews are good here they're good anywhere in the winter. Heather, wherever it's cold, a good hearty stew is good. Yep. I like mine nice and chunky, but it has to be tender. I brown off my meat and just slam cook it for the first 45 minutes and then boom, just let it chill for the next couple of hours. I love using field mushrooms too because they're a real meaty ingredient. Like you can soften them and saute them, but they you know, like a good field mushroom will stay meaty. So I love my mushrooms. I'm a fun guy like that. Oh, did you catch that? Did you catch it? Absolutely. Perfect in the winter. Roast in the crock pot with onions, carrots, potatoes. Stop it, I can smell it already. Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah, turkey carcass for soup, stew. Absolutely. Don't waste a thing. Not a sausage. Cabbage rolls. Well, we have a stew. It's a boil up. We call it boil up, right? It's and it's usually made with pork most of the time, and it's just pork, root vegetables like potatoes, sweet potato, and vine vegetables like pumpkin, and then we have a green lettucey type boil up thing, not a cabbage, but we call it puha, or it's also called milkweed, or it's probably called something else somewhere else, or watercress. We grow tons of watercress in New Zealand. In fact, our people used to build their community pass sites, their living sites or their community sites based around a body of water and a patch of watercress, because it's our medicine. Turkey sounds good. Meatloaf sounds good. It makes sense that you would have a turkey meatloaf that would sound good. Meatloaf isn't really common meal here in Australasia. I guess the closest thing to a meatloaf that we would have would be a beef Wellington, which isn't really a meatloaf because it's just a whole piece of strip loin, or a Scotch egg. Have you guys heard of Scotch eggs? Watercress, absolutely, Heather. Yeah, we would form whole communities around patches of watercress because it was our hauora, our part of our well-being. And we would have it raw or boiled. Yes, I know what Scotch eggs are. Okay, Heather? Yes, Scotch eggs is good. Thank you, Joy. Yeah, that's the closest thing that we have to a meatloaf. Is a Scotch egg or a beef Wellington. It's not a common meal. So yeah, our stew in New Zealand would be a boil up. That's pretty much what we call it because that's pretty much what it is. We put everything into a pot that would cook in its natural time, so meat first, then root vegetables, and then the watercress on top, and wait till it boiled all down and the flavour of the meat had infused into the watercress and vice versa, and the root vegetables were soft, and then that was us. We would chow down, and we do huge pots of it. And it was introduced to New Zealand through by the whalers, rather than it being a New Zealand thing. The whalers introduced boil-ups to the Maori, and we have taken it on board, and it's been our comfort food ever since, for the last 300 years. Watercress, absolutely, and there's only two types. There's only two types of watercress in its genus. And that's a broadleaf one and one that's created through hydroponic. Even the English, they have a broadleaf one, but it just grows differently, but it's exactly the same genus. And a medium-sized shopping bag would feed 2 people when it's boiled down. Full, bulging. What time is it over your ways, Brandon? Oh yeah, it's used for medicinal purposes. Absolutely, it has all of the properties for good blood flow. You know, clears the bloodlines for good blood flow, for detoxing. It was used for when you had sore gums. They would chew it and then put it in if they had sore gums. It is fully used as a medicinal plant in New Zealand, but I mean we use it. It's a food. But it has its medicinal properties. Yep, and we've known it for a long time. Yep, before we were colonialised, we already had a health system. Before we were colonialised, we already had construction, and we already had merchant trading. We already had all of that. It already existed. So does watercress grow wild? Because I know it's a really robust plant. It can pretty much grow anywhere. Does it grow wild in Ontario? Mm-hmm. What about your back? Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, you're not sure. Okay. Do you, if it doesn't grow, does it smoked meatloaf? Yeah, Google it. Yeah, Google it. Smoked meatloaf sounds amazing. I think smoked anything. Don't you reckon? I reckon smoked anything sounds is amazing. The restaurant I work in, I do all of the smoked fish. I prepare the fish. We smoke a mullet. It's called grey mullet. The very same mullet that that they harvest here, we have back in New Zealand. The exact same, except they just grow bigger here, man. They grow off the chain big, the mullet. And I smoke all of the fish. But I would love to I've got actually my own smoker, and it's a direct heat one. But it's made out of I converted it from a file cabinet. You might be interested. Have you got you a smoker? Grab it. Meatloaf wrapped in bacon. Smoked anything is good. Yes. Do you have a smoker, Brandon? Yeah, you have a smoker. Yeah, I converted one out of a file cabinet, a 4-drawer file cabinet. So I had the bottom drawer. I have the and I use fire. So I have the fire down below with the chips. I use a manuka, like using manuka chip, which is a tree native to New Zealand. Butterfinger cheesecakes. Yeah, anything with bacon is amazing. No way, a filing cabinet. That says, yeah. I'd take the bottom shelves off the out of the drawer and replace it with a grill from the oven, the oven tray grill. And I've cooked seafood, I've cooked whole chickens, whole meats, or smoked them rather. And it's a direct heat one, it's not a diverted. Yeah. Butterfinger cheesecakes, man, that sounds like amazing. My wife makes nice cheesecakes. She's old school as. And an accomplished cook. She got all of her training done at the marae. Yeah, the filing cabinet is a smart idea, because all I had to do was just take all of the plastic and all of that out of it, and it was good to go. I literally used it straight away, and it's perfect. Yeah, it just gives amazing results, and the drawer comes out nice and easy, you see. So what's the main ingredient for Butterfinger cheesecakes? I mean, aside from obviously cream cheese, what's the flavoring behind it? I know, Heather. I know, and it's, yeah. beer can inside a chicken. It's been the pleasure has definitely been mine, Joy. I really appreciate you coming on board and having a bit of a chat with us in all of this chaos. Thank you so much. Oh, Heather, no. I'm the kind of person I like to, like, oh, I wonder what that would be like, or bye, Joy. Enjoy the rest of your day, have a blessed day, and stay safe, and always be thinking about you. I look forward to seeing you at the next one. No, Heather, I've always been that kind of guy that sort of likes to break things down and figure things out, and just why, what happens if we do that, or I'm just naturally curious, and we're free thinkers, the only thing that stops us, the only thing that keeps it an idea is a lack of action. I just like to take action. The crust is mixed with crumbled up butterfingers. Oh, true. So Butterfingers is already a confection, or yeah, I've definitely had a beer can chicken. I've never done it myself, but I've been to an event there where they've had beer can chicken. It does sound nice, thank you, but I'm not too sure what Butterfingers are, other than someone that drops the ball, which I think I'm doing right at this moment, and slightly dropping the ball. Yeah, that crust mixed with crumbled up Butterfingers. Oh, okay, Butterfingers is candy bar. Okay, right, it is a confectionery. Nice. Yeah, well, in the shop we do a cheesecake. It's called a Oreo Snickers cheesecake. Oreo Snickers cheesecake. It's an American candy bar, right? Okay. Do you guys have Snickers? Yeah, one of the my friend who owns the business that I work at, his daughter created it, an Oreo Snickers cheesecake. We sell so many of them. So many of them. Butterfingers candy bar. You want that? I'll make it. They do. They sell, like, we cannot keep up with demand every single day. Oh, hey, Zach. How you doing? We got Zach in the house, everybody. I just love Scrap Dog when he does that, man. Hey, Zach, what's on the menu today, my friend? Sorry I missed your last one. You were eating, I can't recall now, but yeah, sorry I missed it. I'm pretty sure I jumped on and gave it a like, my friend. Me, I'm doing very well. And just to fill you in, it's 11:15 at night, Saturday night. Strawberry and chocolate peanut sandwich. Belle, will you stop it, please? Oh my God, I'm getting diabetes just reading your messages. Strawberry and chocolate. You can't beat that, eh? You can't beat that combo, strawberry and chocolate and peanut. Chocolate peanut. Oh, not just chocolate, but chocolate peanut. So it's a smooth, crunchy. You don't know what's on the menu tonight? Oh, okay. So when you go on your little mukbang things, it's impromptu, or just you see something on the way home and think, oh, okay, that's going to be it. What's your thought process before you go live with your little mukbang, my bro? I made a banana pudding sandwich. I created that. A banana pudding sandwich. So when I see sandwich, I see bread. But it's not bread, right? You might like put it between two pancakes. Would that be a sandwich? So I just make something and eat it. Oh, okay. But that's the result. What I'm asking is, what's the process? So if you make something, is there something pre-planned? Or do you open up the cupboard and ta-da, a tin of spaghetti? Oh. That keeps it simple. Oh. Yeah, that's painfully obvious. No, I guess what I mean is, like, there's the thought process is that you make something and you eat it. Do you make something that goes to your taste, or do you sample something that's brand new? Keeping it simple, I get that, but what is it usually? It's just something quick and pre-made. Okay, so you find something out of the freezer and heat it up, and you're good to go. Okay, I get that. No worries. I've done hot dog beef weenies, sliced, mixed with eggs. Oh yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yes, sir. I'm a hot dog fan and I'm an egg fan. I like them both. HelloFresh. We have HelloFresh over here. I've never tried them. My daughter-in-law has, and she likes them. Oh, you'll make a meal once in a while. Bread, mayonnaise, banana, vanilla, wafers. Oh, okay. So it is a sandwich. Mayonnaise, banana. Wow. I mean, that's so crazy. I think I would give that a try without even batting an eyelid, I reckon. I already do banana and peanut butter when I was 13. And vanilla wafers. Yeah, those like these biscuits, yeah? I created crazy foods. I wouldn't say that's crazy, but it's definitely interesting. You gotta challenge the taste buds from time to time, you have to say. Like tonight, you're thinking spaghetti with pasta sauce on top. Simple and quick. That does sound simple and quick. Yeah. Well, at least we were able to get a menu out of you. Before, you didn't have any idea. So at least now, you're spaghetti. Awesome. Can't go wrong with pasta. That's absolutely right. So, Zach, let's take the time out to introduce you to the other two ladies we got here. Southern Belle, her name is Belle. And HPH909, that's Heather from Ontario, Canada, if you didn't already know each other. I'm a big person. I like food. Yeah, I'm a big person too. I used to be 210 kilos. 4 years ago, I lost 60 kilos. And so I'm probably put on another 10 kilos or 20. Oh, well, who am I kidding myself? At least 20 kilos since then. Yeah, and when you get older, it's harder to move, my bro. It's harder to move when you get older. I'm 50. Wow, look at that. Look at that, Heather. There you go. Have you ever tried fried bologna? Oh, over here we call it luncheon, or they call it polony. They call it polony. And absolutely, absolutely. Look at that. You guys definitely need to connect. Maybe even collab. Do a bit of a collaboration. Bell, I think Zach was just saying before he liked to keep it nice and simple. I don't know, would you be into putting some cumin into your pasta there, Zach? You been eating bad, Bell? Come on, we all eat bad. I do not dumpster dive, not gonna live, not gonna live. Lie, not live, okay. I thought so. No, and I tell you, there's triggers to our comfort eating. There are triggers. There's a deep-seated thing, or at least for me anyway. I'm only speaking for myself, not for anyone else. I have a trigger that I haven't discovered yet that is attributed to my comfort eating. Yes, yes. Yep, fully, for sure. I only like it because, like, right now I'm able to, and you know, and all of the discoveries that are made. Obviously, that's a part of it, but I'm just able to action that side of my brain to do it, you know, because if I carry along the path that I'm on at the moment, there's going to be a time real quick that I won't be able to do it at all, you know. It's the reason why I walk everywhere, because I'm able to. And I'm just fortunate enough that in my younger years that I played a lot of sports and all of that jazz, you know. So I've been lucky. I've had so many friends in my age that have had heart attacks and passed away and all that sort of jazz. So, you know, I'm blessed and grateful every single day. Oh, for the longest time. For the longest time, Heather. You know, binge eating is literally, well, not literally, but it's almost of pandemic proportions. You know, overweight and obesity in Australasia is over 50%. Over 50%. If you were to look at the, you know, how they do the BMIs, you know, the body mass index, you know, according to that, those are crazy numbers. And it's, you know, we are what we eat, pretty much. We are what we eat. Exactly, you know, and anorexia and bulimia was something that, you know, like either in specialist industries. So if you, or literally at era specific. We don't manage to put on weight. I don't manage to put on weight. I don't manage to keep it in check. So, are you 65, Belle? No. You're still a spring chicken. You're still a spring chicken, love. And Heather's 46, I'm 50, and Zach's, you're a young fella, eh, Zach? I'd say, when I look at you, you're in your 20s. There you go, Zach. Old Heather's giving you a bit of a Dive Ontario a shout out. No, that's what I'm saying. When you are young, 65. I bet you are. I bet you're gorgeous as well. The next, okay. Might be having trouble here, guys. I can see the suffering poor connection. And I apologize. So guys, just to stop any frustration, I'm probably going to pull the pin on our live. Because if it's, oh, there we go. Although I'm way more happy just to stay here and chat with you all, believe me. I've enjoyed every single moment of it. And meeting you all and talking to you all, and I hope you've enjoyed the live enough that if you see me pop up again that you'd want to join in, and I would love that so much, all of yous. Good night, Belle. I will try. No, thank you, Heather. Such a pleasure. The pleasure is definitely mine. Belle, my pleasure. You spunky young thing, you. Zach, put some effort into your food, man. Put some effort into... No, you don't have to. You do what you do. You do what Zach does, because, man, you're killing it, bro. Yeah. And, stay glorious, people. And I really enjoyed having you all here. So good night from Perth, Western Australia. Nō leira, tēnā rā koutou katoa, ngā mihi nunui e kā koutou. That means I appreciate and love you all. Bye, everyone.